Hey everybody, welcome to another week. So today we're going to go over the first little bit, part A of what we've learned before, the Top Gun anthem, and we're just going to talk about harmonies a little bit. And we're going to build a third harmony for that line. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. Basically, it's a very simple way of doing it. Now, we're going to start by saying with harmonies, there's always many ways you can do it. Not all of them are the exact way that's going to work and sound best. This one, for example, is not the best sounding harmony I could come up with, but it's one that's an easy one to do with this scale. It makes sense. And to be honest, this is a single guitar line that doesn't have a harmony part built into it, mainly because there's just not one that sounds good, stands on its own. So there is no harmony line in the guitar. As I said before, there's only one guitar part in this whole song. But just for the exercise of it, we're going to build it. So there's a sheet music link below, and it'll have this. So this is our first 4 bars of the first half of part A, something we've gone over a whole bunch in this song. The second line is going to be a third harmony line of it, and then we have another way of playing it. Okay? The reason we have that is sometimes we'll build the harmony by finding the notes the easy way, and then we'll realize it's just not the best to actually play with. So what we're going to be working on with the harmony is just this first part of the song. So okay? So that is going to be our bass line, our standard part that we're harmonizing. So to build our third harmony, what we're going to do is the third means we're moving up to the third note in the scale. So this song is in the C major scale. So the easy way to think of this is our first note is a C. So we have C, right up to D, and our third would be E. If I play those together, they sound harmonized. And so our next note, third fret on our E string, is a G. So we're going to G, go back to A because we don't have an H note, B. So our next B, though, is going to be our 7th fret on the high E. This is where we're going to get into the other way of playing this next. So we go through this pattern and we figure out all these notes and we substitute them in. And what we're going to get is this second line here, which I'm now going to play for you. Now it's not going to sound the same as the original version, just because the notes are going to be slightly different. So here is the second line, the third harmony. Now that was just playing through it twice. As you'll hear, the tempo and the rhythm of the notes are the same as the original version, but the difference between the notes sounds a little off. When you play them together, it does sound a little more full. However, without having the second part, you can't really hear the harmony as well. So I'm going to try to kind of play them together here, playing 2-note chords. I'll see if I can do this for you. So my guitar is slightly out of tune, unfortunately, to get that last one sounds a little off. But that's the basic idea behind it. Now, as I said though, we don't play that on just all on the high E string, except we're going all the way between our open 1, 3, 5, and 7. It's not ideal. That's a really big gap to jump in between. So what we can do for a third line here is this is kind of rearranging all of these, okay? So what we've done is we've taken our high E, E, and knowing that we can also play an E on the 5th fret of our B string, we put it there. So now what we get is everything in a nice box pattern, okay? Where everything's anchored around the 5th fret. So it becomes... kind of just made the notes up there on that last part, but as you can see, there I'm not moving my hand, as opposed to at first run, I had to go from the 7th fret all the way down to the 1st. Whereas playing it the second style, sorry, and again I'll play it the other way. Now you will see the differences using the box pattern. I'm using all 4 fingers. Technically you could play that with 1 finger, but as we've said before, we're discouraging using 1 finger. So this is a good one to get used to using all your fingers. So what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to try to take these and learn the rest of the song with them. Okay? Now, we only have the first 4 bars of part A here. But we know the only difference between the first 4 bars and the second 4 bars of part A is the ending notes. So if we play that same substitution game and figure out what that last note is going to be, which we already know it's going to be a it's our last note, which then becomes our 7th fret. We can play part A on its own with this harmony. Now, to play part B, this is your real challenge. Playing part B using our first harmony setup here on the open string is going to be really hard because it's not going to be based off an open string anymore, and we're going to be playing way up to, we had 6 frets to everything. So if you remember, we had our box pattern to play the original part. To play our part B, we added 6 frets to every single note. So now we're going to be trying to play. Oh, now it wasn't even 6. So that's not ideal. But if we take our box pattern, the other way of playing it here is we can take that whole box and add 6 to every note. So instead of it being, that's our part A. Now, instead of starting at the 5th fret, move that whole pattern up 6 frets to the 11th fret. There's our part B. And there's our part A. Okay? So that's your challenges. We don't have that written down on the music here, but I want you to see if you can figure out how to play those patterns. Now, to get the real harmony sound to this, your best bet is actually going to be to play along to our old practice videos from when we first learned this song for just part A and part B. So they're already there, as opposed to me having to make new ones playing the harmonies, but you're not going to really get the sound of the harmonies. So these will be our original practice videos from a few weeks ago with the original song for part A and part B at a few different tempos. And all we're going to be doing is we'll practice substituting these notes in. So play these harmonies over it instead of the original sheet music, and you'll get to hear how it actually sounds together. Unfortunately, I can't play 2 guitars at once. I don't have a really good system of playing it back and playing over something while I'm trying to record. So it's hard for me to emulate that sound. However, if you play along with those videos, you'll be able to hear that. Okay? So good luck with that, and we'll probably be starting on something new next week, a new song. Just trying to pop something that we can still learn something new from, but isn't too much of a giant project this late in the year. Okay? Good luck with that, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.